What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Power Play with CJ. Today we're going to focus in on Philadelphia Flyers season preview. Obviously a tough offseason in Philly given the inability to land Shea Weber, not getting Suter Parisi, and then the injuries both Mazzaros and Lilia. You lose two of your top six defensemen, plus the fact Pronger isn't coming back anytime soon. I think the Shen deal was a good move to reunite the Shen brothers in the city brotherly love, and give JVR a chance somewhere else because it just wasn't working with him and Laviolette. But let's start. Obviously, losing Yaga is tough, even though Yaga's a little bit older than he was in the past, which sounded pretty idiotic. Let's start with the lines. First line, Hartnell, Giroux, and Yaga were a great line last year. Just put a fellow check there, and Jacob Voracek to complement Hartnell and Giroux. Hartnell and Voracek just signed long-term deals. That line will be together for a long time. I really like what they can do. I think Voracek can really ride shotgun with those two guys, and Hartnell will clear up the garbage on the net, so that's a pretty solid line. I don't think that'll lose too much of a step. Second line is where it gets interesting. I put Braden Shen on the left, Danny Briere on the middle, and Wayne Simmons on the right. You got a small guy between two big bodies. Now, having said that, if you go into a matchup against Pittsburgh with Malkin or Tampa with a Cavalier, I put Shen at center because he is a natural center. Because I don't like Briere's game against the bigger centers in the East. I.e., like I said, Malkin, LeCavalier, even to a lesser degree, Ole Jokinen, who was in Winnipeg, just now the East apparently. Briere's best at center, but I think just to keep him away from the bigger guys, put Shen there. It's both pretty versatile, and Simmons, I think he'll score 30 this year, provided this a full 82-game season. And then third line, newly acquired Ruslan Fedotenko, who actually used to play for Philly a long time ago. Come up with them before I went to Tampa, with Sean Couturier and Matt Reed. I think Couturier will end the year as a top six forward. I think he's going to be one of the breakout candidates for 2012-2013. I think he'd actually benefit from a lockout from going down to the AHL and just lighting it up. I think it reminds me a lot of Patrice Bergeron at the same age. And you look at Bergeron going to the Providence Bruins in the 2004-2005 lockout season. His game really improved playing those top 6 minutes, playing against men every night. Obviously you do that in the NHL too, but his confidence went through the roof. And I think to a certain degree that can be the same situation with Couturier. I think they're both drafted by teams that are pretty good. Obviously, then the Bruins took kind of a nosedive after that with Bergeron, but they're both great defensive forwards that can put up offensive numbers, and I think Couturier is one of the players to watch next year. I think Reed will slide. I think he kind of had a great, kind of peak rookie year, being 25 years old, but I think he'll slide next year. I'm not betting against him, but watch for that. Then your fourth line, Wellwood, Maxime Talbot, and Zach Ronaldo, pretty basic. Give you a little bit of everything there. Then on the back end, here's where it gets interesting. Pronger's not coming back anytime soon. Mazzaros had the Achilles injury, and I'd say this is their Achilles heel, so no pun intended. The defense. Lilia got hurt off-season training. Not that Lilia is a guy you can rely upon heavy minutes, but it kind of does help you in a few different ways. So start off with Kimmo Timonen next to newly acquired Luke Shen. I think Shen definitely helps you out defensively. I think I would have preferred if I was Holmgren and Laviolette to keep Shen as like a 4 or 5 guy, but he's going to be pushed into the top pairing right away because of the injuries, because they didn't land Shea Weber. I think he'll play pretty well alongside a seasoned veteran like Timonen. He likes to play the offensive end really well, and Shen can really just play his game and worry about that. Second pairing, Braden Coburn and Nick Grossman, pretty solid veteran pairing. And then third pairing, Bruno Gervais and Eric Gustafsson, kind of rounding up the rear. And then Briz between the pipes. I think Briz is going to bounce back and have a very good year this year because this is the second year playing in a major market. To play in a market like Boston, Philly, New York, it's a lot different than playing in Phoenix. And I said that in the Atlantic Division preview. He's really going to bounce back. He's going to be a catalyst next year, and they're going to need him to step up because the defense isn't what it was going into last year. And I think he's up to the task. I think he understands. He can play his cute little Master of the Universe act, providing he's playing well. That's fine. But when you're playing like garbage, you really can't pull the humongous big tiger liqueur act, which is par for the course. But I think he's going to do fine. I think he's going to bounce back. I think the dynamic between him and Laviolette has improved in the past year. So he's I think he's in better shape going into this year than he was last year. He knows what he's going to do, and we know what Briz is capable of doing. He's one of the best NHL goalies in March. He was an NHL Player of the month of March. And then opening night against the Bruins was unbelievable. And then it just kind of, in between opening night and March, it wasn't exactly what they expected. And, the playoffs were rough, both series, Pittsburgh and New Jersey. But like I said, I think he'll bounce back. I think Philly will rely upon him in the forwards to make up for the defense. I've said the defense is a great equalizer, can make up for lack of quality goaltender, lack of quality forwards. But it's going to be tough with this defense. But I think Briz will atone for their sins and really have a good year next year. And I think Philly will be a 4 or 5 seed. I think it's hard to bet against them. I think they put a good team out there. The fans are dedicated. They got a great team. I think Holmgren has an ace in the hole to acquire a defenseman for this squad. They need a number one guy, and I think Holmgren will do what it takes to get that guy to help them get over the top. So we'll see how it all works out. One of the toughest divisions in hockey. The Rangers are a legitimate contender. Pittsburgh's a legitimate contender. New Jersey will lose a step without Parisi, but still a good team. And the Islanders, well, they hit your cannon fodder. But I think they'll compete and be a competitive team in the East next year. That's all I got on this episode of the Power Play with CJ, Philadelphia Flyers season preview. Stick tuned for more episodes throughout the off season and beyond. Later, guys.